Hope Center. You know, before I used to do seminars, but because of COVID-19, yeah, everybody's right. Because of COVID-19, that is what has been stopping us. But we thank God today. The pastor has given us this place for this, so we are renting this place for this seminar. Now, I'm going to first start by giving updates, because first of all, I know, especially many of us here in Primacies, you know, because I'm being able to talk to each one of you one-on-one. All of us here in Primacies right now, we are doing well. The advantage and benefits that many people have in Primacies in other cities, people don't have it because no one is giving them information. Information is powerful. When somebody gives you the right knowledge, you know the right thing to do. And so, and I thank God that He has given me that opportunity also to help, you know, each one of you in that area where you're finding it difficult. I know sometimes, you know, you even have problems with the social offices, and when we go there to talk to them, we always get a positive response. And so, the reason why we have to have seminars like this is also to get more knowledge and information of how we can build ourselves in a foreign land. Now, because we are also recording, I'm going to make it the recording, although it's on Facebook private, which I'll end up doing it audio because the light here is not good enough. There are a lot of people who are still outside there, that they are just still at home, sleeping, saying they can't walk, they can't do anything. None of them are going to school. There's still so many people that are like that, who are like that in other cities. And because there's no one who is really being able to give them information or to guide them. When you come to a foreign nation, it's very important that you meet people who can help you to integrate in the system and to understand the system. Now, one thing that really has helped me to be able to help you is because when I go to many of the lawyers, they give me more information of what's going on. And sometimes I'm surprised that this information they don't know. So how do you expect them to know what's going on when nobody is giving them information? And so once I get information from the lawyers, I am able to pass it down to the people that I know. For instance, some people are still waiting for their commission. And we know most of the time, the system is negative. And you know, we thank God last year when they decided that if you work 18 months, you have A1, A2, at least A2 in your German language. These are the criteria that I've been told. I mean, some of you are taken to those lawyers, and these are the criteria that they've told me. If you work for 18 months, that is why, you know, I said, okay, time to look for a job. And you know, people are not concerned if you have a line or not. So one is to work for 18 months. Two is to at least have a minimum A2 in German language. Already right now, we are working on the online German course, you know, for some of you who have not been able to enroll in school. I've already submitted the names for Integra, for the institution that is going to call us. So I'm just waiting, they're going through the process. I'm just waiting for them to call us. The good thing about it as a group, learning the German language, is that since we have this place, we will be coming like twice in a month to be having like homework if you have questions, you know? So we will be able to interact with one another about the language, and then we can also learn from each other. And so that is one opportunity that we have, and that's why we're pushing. Make sure you get a job. If you want to do Ausbildung, you have to at least have B1. And then another thing is driving license. You see, the more you get certificates in this country, the more you are building yourself. That is what I've also learned with these lawyers. The more certificates of things you try to do, the more you build yourself. Another one is the driving license. I think we have about 3 or 4 people who has already written their names. I need at least 7 people before we can also register as a class. You know, that's the good thing of having an organization. So we're not going one-on-one because it's expensive. If you want to go and register for a German license alone, the first course you have to do is the first aid. And they say that if you do not understand the German language, what they're saying, you won't get a certificate. So which means you have to bring a translator. The translator you're bringing has to pay the same amount of money that you are paying. And you will also pay your translator. You know? It doesn't make sense. Although somebody did it because, you know, was very desperate to get the license. But I said, okay, that doesn't make any sense. and we can get a full class. It's okay if I get at least minimum 7 people, then it will be a whole class, and then we have one person to translate, you know? So everybody doesn't have to pay double. And then it is better because now we all speak English, we can understand exactly what they're describing to us. There's a lot of demonstration that is going on. So that's also a boost to us. You know, when it comes to the license, you can learn it automatic or manual. You know, these days, your Germans already having, you know, automatic cars. The only thing is that if you learn only automatic, you won't be able to learn manual. To drive manual. Now, one thing I tell to men, all men should learn the manual. The reason why I've met some men that in Nigeria they were truck drivers, right? So, if you are a truck driver in Nigeria, you can also become that truck driver here. But you have to begin the process. You know, I think in Kassel, there were already some people who I was already directing in that area. So, if you want to become a truck driver, you have to first learn how to drive the car. And then you extend how to drive a towing vehicle. So you begin to increase and get more knowledge. Get more knowledge. To take those baby steps. I remember someone in Kassel that the government, even before he left, the government was even about to sponsor him for that driving license. So when you show interest in doing things in this country, they are really ready to support you. But you have to understand your way through. Now, I know some of you already have your residential permits. For those that you already have your residential permits, right now, despite the fact, you know, I know I'm sure, okay, yeah. Mama, if you register for the German class, have you? Or you're going to the German school?
No, they haven't called me.
They haven't called you, yes. Okay. Helen, you register for the German class? Okay. So, even though you have registered for the German class, because you have your residential permit, you have an opportunity now to begin to do exactly what you want to become now. You have the opportunity to do so. You just have to know what it is, and then we find out how can we go about it. There is that opportunity. One thing I tell people right now, right from the beginning you are here. Don't waste time just working and having money. That should not be your priority. Once you get your documents, at least, once you get your residential permit, you have to think, okay, how can I build my life here? So that I can see a brighter future for myself and my family. Okay, now I was talking about what you need. Okay. Then also, you have to be, one of the things you need is also to be in a recognized organization like Hope Center or a recognized church. Those are also things that can boost, you know, you getting your residential permit for those who are still on that process. Those things also will help you in getting your residential permit. You know, so what they want is that they want you to be able to integrate into the system, to integrate into the society. Festus, here.
Okay, then.
Yeah. They want you. What they want is for us to really integrate into the system. How much have you been able to integrate in the system? And through this, they will see that okay, you are serious. That you are serious about staying in their country. You are serious about contributing into the society. That is what they want to see. If you are just, you know, here and you know you're just taking government money, you're not thinking about working, you're not thinking about going to school, people like that, they don't want them because you're not adding anything or any value to the country. Okay, as I said, the opportunity of us now having this place is that we are going to also, once we start our German class, by God's grace, by next month, once we start our online German class, now we can see we have an opportunity to do German studies, to study the language together, you know. We can speak to each other and it will be much more easier for us to learn the language. Because as I've told them, what is very important for me is that they organize and make sure you take exams. I've already written a letter to them about this. I don't want to just hear that, okay, they just taught the language. No, we need exams, we need certificates. Because these letters have told me they need certificates. I've heard people taking the the German language, and you have no certificates. You know, you can't just tell them you've learned the language. No, they need to see proof that you have learned the language. So any school you go anywhere, you make sure you are getting a certificate to prove that you have learned the language. Now, with all that, okay, another thing is that it is very important. And some of you still don't really have a lawyer, or you have a lawyer, you are waiting for your lawyer to always write you, phone you. No, you are the one that wants something. You want something from your lawyer, you want your lawyer to fight for you. You also have a responsibility to communicate with your lawyer. And if you feel like your lawyer is not being active enough, just let me know. There are lawyers out there that are really fighting for the people. But what these lawyers keep on telling me that if they're going to fight for you, you got to give them something. You got to give them something. You don't go expect, okay, you are here, you don't have a job, you're not going to school, and you just expect them to fight. It's not that you can fight. You yourself got to fight with something. And so that is why this opportunity of working for 18 months, learning the German language is a plus here. And I believe that through this, with prayer, that many of us, will be able to get our residential permit through that, So that is my prayer, and I pray that is how it will be, in Jesus' name. We also have to have faith in what we're doing. Okay, that's part 2. So that is the first part that I wanted to share. Now the second part I would like to share is that we just want to do half of this today. It's called personality development building. Personality development building. Now today, because Hope Center, we are just a baby. Normally I need a laptop. I already have a beamer, and that's the screen right there. But I don't have a laptop for me to set it up. So I'm just going to explain, and we're going to have this as audio, because the light is not even enough for a video. So what do we mean by personality development building? When you come to a foreign land, the way we think must be different. Personality development building is about having a change of mindset. Changing your mindset as from why you came to Germany to what you can become in this nation. Some of us, when we are back home, our mindset, okay, hey, I want to go to Europe and so that I can help my family back here, so that I can have money. And most of us is just money. And so what we do, the little change we get. No, I'm not saying we should not help our family back at home. Please don't get me wrong. I am not saying that. But many of you, they put so much pressure on you that you don't even take care of yourself here. If you're going to be developed, you need money to be developed. If you're going to go to driving school, you're going to spend money to go to driving school. There's so many things. Many of you right now should have a laptop. I don't know how many of us have a laptop here. And it's not you cannot afford to buy it. But because you've not seen it as a priority, everybody should have a laptop. Because when you have a laptop, everything you want to do, there's so many things you can just Google it. We can do a training also how to use a laptop and how to Google. We'll do that. But first of all, we need laptops. So that we can also learn. There's so many things that we can do online ourselves to build ourselves in this nation. So what I was saying is that we have to learn how to first develop ourselves, like having a change of mindset. The mindset should not be that, oh, now I'm here. I'm in this nation, all I, work, send money back home, build home, buy land. Man, all those lands and homes, they're not there. I mean, not in this country. But we are still here. You see, we are building home, building houses back home, we are still here. And the house we are building there, maybe to some people, our family are going to live there, and they spoil their house, they have communities, all still do the wahala. Not I'm saying we should not take our family back home, or we shouldn't move back home, but we should also see our own life as a priority, so that we can live a better life. Now, all of you here, whatever kind of job you are doing, I've told you it is all temporary. All these jobs you are doing is to get your residential permit. Once you get your head, we will sit down and talk. What do you want to become? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in this country? Then we begin to work towards it. Because the opportunities are there. That is why it's important that right now we begin to struggle to get our German, language certificates, and we learn the language. The opportunities are there. But if somebody doesn't tell you, you won't know. If somebody doesn't guide or direct you, you won't know. Opportunities are there for you to become anything you want in this nation. Okay? Now, this is one thing I would say about Germany. You see, sometimes the problem that we have is that because we have a different culture, the Germans have a different culture. And then we come together, so maybe what we don't do, they do, and so there's a conflict. And because we don't understand them, we say that they're racist. Not that they won't be racist, some racist here and there, but it is not even about the people, but it's about the system. And the system in this country is not racist. It's not a racist system at all. The only thing is that you've got to know what you want and how to get it. It's there. If you know it and how to get it, it's there for you. Right? It's there for you. So we have to have a positive mindset in this nation, whatever it is you want to do. Whatever you want to become in this nation, you can become it. But you have to have a positive mindset and go after it, and you will surely get it. Alright? Now, I used to teach back in the camp. How do I relate with Germans? How do I understand them? If you are working, at least by now, most of you that are working, you don't come late. If you start work at 8, you get at 1 to 8. I mean, for those who are working, if you start work at 8, you come 1 to 8. You don't come at 8, and then you go in your locker room, start changing. You're already late. And Germans don't like it. When you work with Germans, you don't talk about your family matter. You don't do all that. They are serious people. You go to work, do your job, go home. And this is how they will begin to respect you. You earn your respect. But if you come and you just talk loudly, they don't like that. Now that's how they will look at you. So you have to, especially in the German community, just be serious about your job. Not that they don't have fun. For you men, you want to make friends with Germans. Don't talk about football. Don't talk about football. Once you mention football, I think you'll watch out. They'll be telling you about Nigerian football or other African footballers in Germany. They love football. That is one way, especially with men, you can relate. The best sport in this country is football. And I know some of you have boys. Girls doesn't really matter. Because what I did, very interesting, what I did, when my children in kindergarten, that is when I enrolled my children for football. From kindergarten. They have football teams for kindergarten. So if you want please to go to football, you just have to ask the neighborhood, where are the small ones, or ask in the kindergarten, where they are playing football. You know why these things are good? Oh, we have Destiny here too. You know it is good because, one, those children, they are also interacting with other German children. And then you as parents, you'll be taking your children to the football, from the football training. You begin to know some more people. You are able to interact within the society. And one thing I know, when it comes to sports, we Africans, we are just always the best. We are always the best. So that is great opportunities. So as I said, you are able to, whatever it is, any kind of activities you want your children to do in kindergarten, you can ask the teachers. Now with us as Hope Center, it's just a matter of time. Now gradually, we have moved out to church, we've given us this place. So gradually we are going to get activities. We just need more hands on deck so that we can also have activities for our children. As you are here in this country, one thing is also important. Have a vision for your life. What do you aspire to become in this nation? Now don't look at because I know some people I never get documents forget about that. Many of you have left, but you're still working. You're working, right? Just have positive, let your mind be positive. And begin to think, what do I want to become in Germany? Just don't be working these jobs. Get a vision for your life. Record it, write it down. You can come to me with You know, it's like when children of God, we talk about faith. What is faith? Things you hope for, things you have not seen, but you hope for it, you believe it. So now that you are here in Germany, what do you want to become in this nation? Forget about, oh, you have line, and they say, you want to, forget about that story. Believe in what you can do. Believe what you want in this nation, and go after it. That is where we get the help of God. That is where God can help us when He sees that you also are serious about your life. Everybody has to have a vision for your life. Have a vision of what you want to become. Some of you are a young boy, you're not yet married. It's not too early. You need a partner. It's better to stay with one than to stay with many. And focus and build. Focus and build. Focus and build. And you see how God will help us in this country. As I said, there are opportunities there for us to do great things, to do great exploits. But it's up to us to have a mindset of doing that. And we as a people, we have to learn how to come together. You see, all this, sometimes some of us just lock up, we don't want to talk to anybody, we are negative about ourselves. How does that work? Nobody is perfect, including myself that I'm talking. Right? Nobody is perfect. But you know what? There's something good in me and there's something good in you. So let us focus on what is good within ourselves. So that from what is good within ourselves, we can begin to attract one another and help each other. Okay. I don't want to, because if I'm going to the next part, it might be too much. So as far as much as I said, are there any questions? What is it that you still want to know that you have not known? What is it that